Let's look at the sample size and aggregation mode properties of the tag history binding type. So right now I'm bringing back the history of these 5 ramp tags. The date range is coming from the window, allowing the operator to pick and choose the start date and the end date. Now I'm bringing back the natural sample size here, which means that the data is logged every 10 seconds, I'm going to bring back a record to my table for every 10 seconds. If the data is logged every second, I'll bring it back a record for every second. There are other sample sizes we can work with, such as onChange, where we only bring back records when the values change. There's fixed, where we can fix it to a certain number of records. I can specify the number of records here, like for example 1 or 100. The last one's interval, where I can break it up into time chunks. Let's look at the fixed one here. So if I bring back fix and I say fix it to 1 record, then I have all this data that I need to group together into 1 record. So what am I going to do with that data? And that's what the aggregation mode over here does for us. I can bring back the closest value, the basic average, the min, the max, the time weighted average, or a sum of that data. So let's say I wanted to do a very simple average. So if I want to bring back the average of each one of these ramp tags for this time period and fix it to 1 record, I can see that average. Again, I'm going to set this polling here to off, so I'll only do it once. Then I press OK. I have 1 record here, and for each column, I have the average of those tags. So if I go back in the binding, if I set this aggregation mode, let's say now to a time-weighted average, it's going to take into consideration how long these values were certain values, and you use that in the calculation. If I go and set this to the closest value, well, essentially it's going to be the closest value to that time period. So if I go and do min-max, I get the min-max for that time period. So you can pick and choose what mode you want to use with the sample size you're working with. I'm going to set mine back to a basic average. Let's say this time I fix it to, maybe 20 records here. When I bring that back, I'm going to basically look at the start date, end date that I selected up here at the top. I'm going to equally divide that into 20, slices of 20, and then I'm going to do an average for each of those different slices, and that's what I'm seeing here in the table. So the fixed aggregation, or the fixed sample size allows me to bring back history, but fix it to a certain number of records so that I can apply various calculations to it.